All right, it's a live program. Thank you for staying with us. It's the
That's why it's live.
edition. All right, we are still on, and the next segment before we go is the family segment. Okay, and this morning we'll be looking at. I told you last week that we'll be looking at what women want, so we'll continue from there today. But because of the issues at hand, yes, something happened on Sunday, and I said earlier during the motivational segment that our fathers, our husbands, our boyfriends, we all celebrated. Yes, it was a special day for the men, and I hope you that is watching me right now, you, the woman, the wife, the sister, the girlfriend, or whatever. I hope you celebrated the men around you. It is important to celebrate them because it is not easy to be a man in this Nigeria situation. But this morning we'll be looking at how to honor your husband and what to do to make your husband love you more. That's what we're looking at, honoring your men. Special is like a tribute on the special Father's Day. And Pastor Rich Rosepen is with us this morning. Our marriage coach, you're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to talk about fathers.
See the way you're beaming
your
with
smile says it all.
you're beaming with smile. That means your darling husband is doing marvelously well.
I love the men, especially the responsible ones.
Yes, responsible one.
Okay. All right. Talking about our fathers, what can women do? Because we are celebrating them. And some of them say, oh, you're not celebrating me the way I want. Some will say, okay, let me buy you gift, or let me take you out. They say we should celebrate you. How do we celebrate or honor our men so that we bring out that kingly attributes in them?
Okay, and I want to answer this question as not just for Father's Days, but for as a woman, as a husband man living together. What attitude you should put up as a woman to give your husband that reassurance, that that conviction that you truly love him. Now, so many women think, okay, if I give sex and more sex and more sex to my husband and all these ties, I think he will be all right. It's beyond that. As much as that is important, mark my word, it's beyond it, but it is important. Now, some will say, okay, let me learn all the dishes, all the delicacies, and then I can cook and do all of that, and then my husband will just, I'll be the queen of his life. It's beyond that. Now, for the first one I mentioned, giving him all the styles and all of that, a man can get multiple styles in a nearby hotel. He can. A man can get all manner of delicacies in an eatery. You just go there, just get money, go there, eat all varieties. Okay, some women will like, okay, let me tidy the house, let the house be crystal clear, beautiful, and clean. It's beyond that. Many of our men, they travel from one state to the other. They put up in hotels, 5-star hotels. So the answer now is the question now is, what do I do to make my husband feel he's the man? It's simple. If you want your husband to feel the man, now, beyond your certificates, beyond the money you're making as a woman, beyond your fame, beyond your family background or whatever, respect him. That word respect to a man is more than the whole word. It has to do with the root of his creature. When you respect a man, it helps his real person, to come out without stress. So to a man, respect is number one, respect is number two, respect is number three, and you can go on.
Respect.
Yes.
Respect.
And somebody will say, what about submission? You will naturally submit to a man you respect. Naturally. You won't fight it. You will naturally. A man you respect tell you, okay, that thing you say you are going to do, I don't think it will work. Let it go. You will let it go because of that respect. You see, the respect we have for our husbands is synonymous with the one we had for our fathers. If you are able to bring the respect or the eyeglass with which you look at your husband, if you're able to translate it with the one with which you used to, or you use in looking at your father, then I tell you, your husband will make you the queen of his life. You will get things from him stress-free.
All right, talking about respect. So places when you wake up in the morning from how Dale to say, Lamogunsa is respect. Okay, when you want to train the respect, you go on your knees, your two knees. Oh, good morning, my husband. Is that all about respect, or there is more to respect we're talking about?
That's exactly what we are discussing. I can go on my knee, I can even prostrate for my husband, and the next minute I despise him in my heart. The next minute he say, I need to see you now. The other side, I say, I beg, excuse me. Just like permit me to use Vashti in the Bible. The husband had wonderful visitors, and he wanted to flaunt the beauty of his wife before them. And she was like, I'm equally attending to some people important here, some women that came to visit me. Sorry, I don't have time for you and your friends now. But I'll tell you, minutes before then, she lied down, she lay, and then she prostrated, danced before him. But here is the big one. She said, no, I can't be available. So to a man, all the kneeling down, all the whatever you have done before that main one is useless. And that's where many of us get it wrong. What a man wants is that respect. Let his word sound and resound in your ears as a woman.
You respect his words.
Yes.
The other is
You respect him.
directive.
You can't tell me I'm respecting my husband, you despise his sister.
At all.
You can't tell me I respect my husband and you don't see his mother as anything. Even when she comes to the house, you are like, at the next minute you want her out of your house. If you really respect your husband, my God, even his jobs, his colleagues, they will know it. They will know it.
Honoring my husband.
Yes.
Now that, for instance, the man, talking of love, the love is not there. I can say I should honor my husband. Why should I do that?
Remember, I said I love all men, and then I love this celebration of all men, especially the responsible men.
Okay.
So if a woman is married to a man that is not responsible, he didn't become irresponsible overnight. You saw it even in courtship. And you were like, well, I'll manage him, I'll bear. The time to bear has come. So that time to bear is that you are doing everything right now. He's not seeing it. You have to put in a little more. I will have women who have testimonies later on that, I did everything I know to do. My husband he's not seeing it. He's not even regarding anything. But later on, through persistency in prayers and, persisting in still trying to respect, even though he disregard everything you do, later on the man changed. But many waters would have gone under the bridge.
All right, we know that we have these love languages, and you need to understand the love language. To some persons, maybe the salutation is it for them.
Yes.
The kneeling down is for them. Why others is like you respecting if I say do this, you do that, that's that. So how can a woman understand this husband's language of respect? Because we have different way of respecting the man. The woman need to ask the husband, so how am I going to love you? Is it necessary to ask your husband, how do you want to be loved?
Oh my God, this is a very big question that you just asked me, but I'll try to answer it. So men make a very huge mistake in courtship. In courtship, the wife does not greet them. The wife to be rather does not greet them. When she come to the house, she just cross her leg. He will sweep, he will cook, he will do everything for her, so as to prove a point that I love her. I want her to know I love her. Now you brought her up like that, and then you are now in marriage. You want her to now sweep. You want her to now. And the woman is like, it wasn't like what is happening. So what am I saying? That foundation is very, very important. It's very, very important, the way you bring up your wife, because many of them will build on it after marriage. So back to that question you asked.
How should I love you? Do we need to ask the man?
So it is the very first assignment after marriage, which you would have been able to discover to some extent in courtship.
Okay.
Yes, in courtship. That's why courtship is meant for communication. getting to know this person. It's not just all about the paparazzi, going to eat and all of that. No. What do you like? What are your likes? What are your hates? So now in marriage, you've been able to discover this man to an extent, because you can never know everything.
Yes, that's true.
So to some, that greeting, early morning greetings, is too important. It's a way of defining I respect my husband. You kneel down in Edo State, because some places we like, oh, it's a Western world, it does not matter. If your husband wants you to kneel down or love you kneeling down in the morning to greet, do that for him. Even if you're a professor as a wife, do it for him, because that is the language of love he understands. Just like you said just now. So you must be able to know your husband, know what he likes, and try to some of us, it's not overnight. I must say that it's not overnight, trying to do everything that your husband wants or love you to do. But that effort you are making, let him see it. That my wife is making effort along this line because she knows that I like it.
Okay, beyond respect, beyond the other side, so what are the other things?
Well, when we started with yes,
beyond respect.
Yes, when we started
the other side, which is sex.
When we start, to a man, when that respect is in place, it rub off on all other side that you just talked about. It rub off on it naturally. You remember I made that statement?
Yes, she said, I remember.
The man tell you, when my visitors are around, I don't need you to be around. Some women will buy over the whole discussion. Even though the visitors came to visit the husband, though, but she's not the one, and the man is just looking. To some men, I don't like it. When my visitors are, let me have time with them. A wise woman will simply take it, because he knows that thing is important to the husband. When the visitors come, excuse them.
All right, Pastor Rachel's men, before I let you go, a lot of men, they are going through these hurts in their hearts, that they're no longer the king in their home. They are just there. Some of them look at themselves as visitors, because maybe the mom has cornered the children to her own side, and dad is like the stranger in the home. What do you have to tell that daddy, and what can be done to remedy the situation so that it does not degenerate to the worst?
I love your question so much, because they are very... Now, in Nigeria, this is a huge problem because of the economic crisis. And I was talking with somebody, the society seems to favor women more than the men. Why? There are doors you knock now, looking for employment. As a woman, you knock on that door twice, and the door is open. A man will knock 10 times, and they are still like, who are you? Where are you coming from?
Who is your father?
Yeah, who are you? Who do you know? Now, for many marriages, except for some men whom God has helped, but for many, majority, the women seems to be, they are the one having headway.
Yeah.
Now, when you are the woman having headway economically in the home, the problem now is this question you just asked. How do I allow my husband remain in that kingly seat, even though I foot most of the bills? It's simple. Wise women, that's how to know them. That's how to know. Wise women will spend and do lots. You won't know. In fact, all the picture that will be painted to you is that the man is the one doing it.
Okay, let me bring you back. I said some of these men, they are feeling like this. Most of them they are no longer like king in their homes. I want you to talk to those men. And what can they do to remedy the situation? Should they call the woman aside to say, woman, this is what I want in my home? Or should they go to God in prayers for those?
No, going to God in prayer is everything. But also, the Bible says prayer without works is dead. So when you are praying, you equally think of what to do. For some men who are no longer kings in their home, they used to work, now they no longer work. The woman is the one doing everything, and she's tired. She paid the rent, she paid for children, she buy your clothes, she do for food and everything. And the man is not even making effort. That's the problem here. He's not making effort to like, okay, let me go out there. Let me see. Some men will tell you, I'd rather do lebuke than fold my hands and allow my wife feed me and my children without any contribution. So this is the problem. When a woman is doing everything, the man is not even taking steps. So women will even raise money for their husband to start business. The man will squander it. So when these things are happening, naturally, it will affect the respect of that man in that home. The woman will like, I don't understand. The woman will do everything, and the man will still come and say, you didn't kneel down to greet me. You didn't serve me food as at when due. Responsible men will do everything to make sure they reoccupy their seat by making contribution. By making contribution. But for some that were making contribution before now, and somehow because of loss of job and all of that, the women should understand and still do everything to help out until the man bounce back. Mark that word, until the man bounce back. So it's not a thing of he will never bounce back, like some men will like, oh, thank God for my wife. If there's a second coming, is this woman I will still marry, because I've not been working now for 5 years yet. I wear the cloth I want to wear, I wear the shoe I want to wear.
Contentment.
So,
Satisfied.
I rub my cream the way I want to.
I send money to my parents and my dad the way I want.
Yes.
My wife,
Yes.
courtesy of
Yes,
my wife.
All right, Sel, from my take
Too
here,
bad.
if you're that kind of man that you're feeling somehow in your own home, you either call for a family meeting within the family confine. You talk to your family members that this is what you want, and above all, there's nothing prayer cannot do.
Talking to family member, be very careful,
No,
because some
yes,
family
ma'am.
member will come and destroy the
Yes.
home. if you are
No,
not
when I
careful.
talk about family member, your the immediate one,
your wife
and the
yes,
children.
Yes,
Okay.
I thought
Yes,
it's the extended.
No, don't do that. When you are feeling not being respected, you are feeling not welcome in your home, you just have to call them. God has made you the head, and nothing can take that away.
And for some women, your husband used to try, used to do everything, but now because he's now not able to meet up financially, you have now cornered the children against him. Be careful, because the Bible says, hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Punish.
All right, let's be kind to one another. Let's be patient and let's be tolerant to one another. Whatever we are going through right now in the country, we pass. It will always come to pass. So don't use this situation to judge what is happening right now against what you will see in the future. So let's be tolerant. Let's be prayerful. We want the homes to be healthy. We want good home when the husband is smiling, the wife is smiling. I mean, your boss in the office will be smiling
Everything will
also.
be going smoothly.
But when the boss is not happy at home, when he comes to the office, he will
It
deal
carry
with
over.
us also. So we want the women to take care of their wife. The month of June is honoring your king. So don't say that Father's Day is the last day, you just honor him. Buy him things, take care of him, and above all, respect him, respect him, respect him. I'm learning also, because soon as I will join the league also. Soon as I'm joining the league.
Soon as,
So-
and we
so
can't wait to receive you. We can't wait to have you.
So
You are welcome.
yes, and I won't. I'm learning a lot. Thank you so much. You said something. You said respect, respect, respect.
All the way.
We should respect it. And you said something that like touched my mind, that it's not your cooking. No, you can get the cooking in there.
it's
Mama
beyond
put.
it.
If it's not your style.
Not the style. 1, 2, 3.
No, yeah. Although the style is important, but
Alright,
don't base
so-
everything on it.
And you always look attractive for your man. It's very important.
Very
I
important.
learned that. I'm a student. I'm learning. I'm not there, but I'm learning.
Your husband is so blessed because you have learned so much all these years.
Thank you. That's our show this morning. Thank you, Pastor Rich Rosban. We love you for your thoughts.
Thank you.
And our mothers, keep loving your husband. Respect them. They are like God to us. When God created me, created them like himself. All right. My name is Josephine Ehimi here, and Peggy.
Be happy and be satisfied.
Yeah,
And Peggy Require.
very
Alright.
important.
Bye.
Do